Now, going from Joker, let's talk about Batman. Let's talk about Batman and Ben Affleck and Batfleck and whatever the hell. So, Mr. Marr here, Daniel RPK, he posted this right here. Daniel RPK reporting that Ben Affleck was offered an HBO Max series, but denied. But Affleck denied. And this is what he's talking about right here. So here is the clip. Here's a little screenshot of when Daniel RPK actually answered this. Now, I don't know. I'm trying to wonder exactly when this screenshot happening. I mean, apparently it did happen today. I don't know, because somebody actually asked. Last year, you mentioned that Ben Affleck had the chance to do a Batman miniseries for HBO Max. Do you know if he, whatever? And Daniel RPK said, yes, he refused. So this is what we're going by here. Now, I've told you guys before, when it comes to this, I've mentioned it before. Obviously, when it came to last year, he's talking about last year, and we've talked about it many times. Of course, there was false reporting about Ben Affleck signing on for an HBO Max series and whatever the hell and blah, 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 blah. So, and I know, some people are saying, oh, it's RPK. And then it's always funny, too, because when I get people in my mentions, I go, okay. When they're like, oh, he just makes shit up. And then I go, well, what did he make up? And then there's never an answer. And, it's like, all right, I get it. Some of these scoopers, yeah. Again, I hate the scooping game, and I will never be a part of it, even though people try to say that I'm a part of the scooping game. I'm like, nah, scoop this. No, I'm not in the scooping game. Don't want to be part of the scooping game. But when it comes to any of the scoopers out there, I would say that RPK is probably the most reliable. Does he get everything right? No. He gets information, and sometimes it's wrong, and he'll even say that it is. I'll give him that, There's been times where I've very much disagreed with the guy, but yeah, when it comes to this, though, guess what? I got my own sources on this because I have talked about this before. Well, everybody was going like, oh my God, those guys over at TCN and Mr. What's his name? Brightcast, they're saying that they're already scouting for locations for Ben Affleck's series. And I went, are you fucking kidding me? People are believing this? I'm over here going like, no. Of course, HBO Max and Warner Media would want Ben Affleck's Batman back. Look at the banner that they put up. Remember the big banner that's actually if you look, what's behind Mr. Zaslav and my little thumbnail behind here is all the content. Who's front and center, right in the center, who's towering over people besides Big Bird, Batfleck. Okay, so obviously, yes, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I said it last year, probably before. I don't know how long I've been saying it, but yes, it was always up to Ben Affleck to come back. They wanted him. That's why when I always saw hey, what's going on? Warner Brothers make the Batfleck movie. I'm like, okay, they want to. They absolutely want to, but it's up to the guy in the cowl. That's the thing. It was always up to him. That's why I do believe this. Because I said before, and I from what I heard, though, it wasn't going to be like a mini-series, essentially. I heard part 1, part 2. They're going to take his story and just make it a 2-part thing, a 2-part event kind of thing on HBO Max. Okay? And I kept hearing stuff, but it was always up to Ben. It was always up to him. It wasn't about that they didn't want to do it. No, they very much did. They saw how popular it was. Still baffles my mind that they aren't doing anything with Henry Cavill. That's always strange to me. But apparently they were like, Ben, we still want you to do your thing. Why do you think he keeps showing up in other movies now? We know he's going to be in The Flash. He's pretty much confirmed to be in Batgirl as well. They very much want to have Ben in there. And, it just seems to me that Ben Affleck is okay with coming back again, but in smaller roles. Does he want to do a whole full-on thing with him? I guess not. I don't know. If he flat out said no, it could be because of the people that are still involved, Toby and all those people, Walter Hamada Cox. Anyways, those guys. Maybe he doesn't want to come back because those guys are still in power. Am I totally putting the kibosh on it? No. Maybe after putting the cowl on a couple more times for smaller roles, he'll just be like, you know what? I'm feeling invigorated. Let's do my movie my script. Let's do this. Let's do 100% that. But we also have to remember, guys, we have to remember this, and this is what I'm talking about. And some people just tend to just leave out quotes and leave out things because they want to see. They want, he's my Batman, so I got to see his series. I got to see his movie or whatever. Remember, Ben gave the script to a trusted friend. I'm guessing maybe Matt Damon, or Casey Affleck. Maybe he even gave it to his brother. Remember his quote where he said he gave it to a friend, and his friend said, "If you make this, it will kill you." Okay? That's always stuck with me when it comes to all this. Because when it comes to everything that happened with these movies and with the stupidness, the stupidity of Warner Brothers, I always talk about, and even before the Snyder Cut was going to be officially announced, I was always going, hey, I don't want Zach or Ben to come back. Why? Because they went through hell the most. I mean, obviously, what happened with Zach and Deborah and all, and their family, that was by far just like the most, it was horrible. It was absolutely horrible because of things he got his movie taken away from him, and then what happened, of course, personally, it's all, so why would you want him to even come back? When it came to Ben, he was really, falling deep into his alcoholism. There's just stuff like that. And that's why when he said that quote, when he said he gave the script to a friend, and the friend literally just said, hey, if you make this, it's going to kill you. Now, Ben, obviously in a better spot. He's in a much better spot than he was then. He's healthier. He's sober. He's back with J-Lo, which hopefully is a good thing. And it seems like it's a good thing. It seems like, they were at like the Lakers game last night. They looked nice and cozy. They looked like they were having fun. But I'm always saying, it's like, who knows? I'm not putting the whole kibosh on it, but when people were kind of pushing back against that, I was like, well, I've been kind of talking about that too, because I heard something as well that, yes, they in fact wanted him. I got in arguments with people online when I kept saying it's not up to them, it's up to him. It's up to him. The ball is in his court. They absolutely would love that because obviously Batman's their biggest IP. Why wouldn't they want more Batman? And they are getting more Batman when it comes to The Flash and Batgirl, of course. But, it was just always kind of it was just kind of funny when I saw this. And then, of course, I had people hit me up and I'm just like, well, yeah, while half the fandom was believing the bullshit that he signed on like 6 different times, I'm over here going like, nah, he hadn't signed on, but they definitely do want him. So it was just kind of funny, especially with everything that's, we've come a long way, guys. We've come a long way because I did, and maybe some of you out there will remember me talking about that and talking about how he would, he was looking at it and I guess it was offered but he just never officially signed on. Now, I didn't hear anything about him just denying it. Who knows? Who knows if that's true? Maybe it is. That part, I don't know. I just know that, they in fact still did want him to come back. And, that's just what it is right there. So we'll see. It's not totally just throwing it out there, but maybe he just wants to, slowly just transition to just not, I don't know. Or maybe he'll get to the point where it's like, you know what, I do want to do this story. And it'll get to that point, and then he calls Joe Mang. And there you go. Calls Joe Mang, and they do the movie or the series or the miniseries. I don't know. Like I said, I heard that they were thinking about dividing it into 2 parts because it would have been a long movie. Obviously, they wouldn't. Don't cut that shit down. It would be 3 hours plus. Absolutely 3 hours plus. It'd be badass. But again, that would have been a lot for Ben. Like when he stepped down from not directing it, I thought that made sense because that would have been way too hard to be directing a Batman movie when you're fucking Batman and you're wearing a 30-pound suit. That'd be a lot. So we'll see, guys. But it's just, it's just kind of funny how that started to make the rounds because it's like old news because this event happened like over a year ago, I guess. But yet it's making the rounds now. It's all crazy, guys. It's all crazy. But, I guess we'll see. I guess we will see. But I love the fact that there was like this Joker image and then, of course, this Bruce Wayne image. Pretty damn awesome.